Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you? I hope you'd be fine. This is Cambridge Lower Secondary, Book 7. Today we are going to do some questions from exercise 9.2. So watch the video till the end. In this exercise, we are going to discuss about some things related to the sequence and patterns. So the question says the sequence of patterns is made from dots. As you can see in pattern 1, we have 3 dots. In pattern 2, we have 5. In pattern 3, we have 7 dots. So if you just find the pattern, you'll find that every time 2 dots are increasing from the previous pattern into the next one. So what Sophia has done to work out the 10th term, that is the number of dead dots in pattern number 10, I would make a table of values like this. So what did she do? She write down the pattern numbers, and since she had to find out the number of dots in the 10th term, so she made 10 boxes. She wrote 10 pattern numbers, and for the number of dots, all she did, she is saying that I can now see that the 10th term is 21. What she did, that's what we have to find in part A. They're saying explain the method that Sophia has used. So if we look at the method that Sophia has used, she has basically added 2 every time into the number of dots for every pattern number. So if there were 3 number of dots in pattern number 1, she added 2 in the number of dots for pattern number 2. So she got 5. Then added 2 for the third pattern, she got 7. Then added 2, she got 9. In the next one, in the fifth one, she got 11. By adding 2 in the sixth one, she got 13, then 7, 15, then 17, then 19, and at the end, in the 10th term, she has got 21. So what do we have to find? We have to write down that how did Sophia found the number of dots in 10th term. So Sophia has basically adds up 2 dots to each pattern. To get the next pattern, she counts the number of dots in each pattern and brackets the number of numbers in the table. That's all. So basically, this question is theoretical, where you have to find out and you have to critique that what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages of the method that Sophia has used, and do we should we use this method in the other questions or not? So basically, students, we can say that yes, this method is easy to use. All she need to do is to add 2 dots every time, but still it's not practical to do or to use this method. So what we can write over here, let me show you that for the first one, we can say that Sophia add 2 dots to each pattern to get the next pattern. She counts the number of dots in each pattern and brackets the numbers in the table. This is the answer to part A. And for part B, we can say that although it's easy to show each pattern and the number of dots using a table, but it takes a long time. As you can see that she has to make a table and then she have to add 10 times to get the final answer. So it takes too long to draw and fill in the grid, and also it's not practical to find the number of dots for like greater patterns. Like for example, if we want to find out that how many dots would be in the 50th term or in the 100th term, are we going to do the same? Are we going to add up till 50 or till 100? Or even if, let's suppose, I need to find out what would be the number of dots in 1000th term. So is it possible for me to use this method? So although this method is applicable, or you can say that it's practical for small number of quantities, but it's not practical for the large patterns. So can you think of a better method that Sophia could use? Yes, of course, since it's a linear sequence, and linear sequence is a one where we have equal number of difference between every 2 terms. So for these type of sequences, we can use a formula for finding the number of dots for any nth pattern in the sequence, which we are going to use in the upcoming questions. In the next question, what we have to do, the sequence of patterns is made from triangles. In pattern 1, we have 4. In pattern 2, we have 8. In pattern 3, we have 12 triangles, and so on. Now we have to copy and complete the table to show the number of triangles in each pattern. So we can see that the number of triangles in the first one is 4, then 8, then 12. Every time, if we go on with the sequence, we will find that 4, 8, 12, there is a common difference of 4. So for the next time, to find out that how many number of triangles are we going to have the next, we will simply add 4 into it and we will get 16. Further, we will add 4 and we will get 20. So in pattern number 4, we will have 16 triangles, and in pattern number 5, we will have 20. Now, Yusuf thinks that one of the patterns will have 42 triangles in it. Is he correct? Explain your answer. No. If we look at the number of triangles, every time we are getting a multiple of 4. Since all the number of triangles are in the multiples of 4, so we cannot say that 42 would be part of this pattern. So we will say that no, 42 is not a multiple of 4. In part C, there's a Francis thinks that one of the patterns will have 93 triangles in it. Again, 93 is not a factor of 4, so we cannot get this number as well. Also, it's an odd number, so it can't be part of the pattern. Next, we have part D, in which to say, what can you say about the number of triangles used in this sequence of patterns? So all the terms have as a multiple of 4. That's it. Now, if we talk about question number 6, it says Jacob is using dots to draw a sequence of patterns. There is a mark over the first and the third pattern in his sequence. That is, it's missing. It's not part of the pattern. It's basically missing patterns, which we have to find out how many dots would be in the first and the third sequence. So we have to look for the number of dots in pattern number 2 and pattern number 4. If we look at the number of dots in pattern number 2, there are 5 dots in pattern number 2, and there are 9 dots in pattern number 4. So what do we have to do to find out that how many dots would be in between 2 and 4? For that, we will simply subtract 5 from 9 and we will get 4. It means there is a difference of 4 dots between pattern number 2 and pattern number 4, and there is one more pattern in between. So what we can do, we can simply divide 4 by 2. It means there is a difference of 2 dots between each 2 patterns. So there would be, in pattern number 3, there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 2 more dots. That is, there would be 7 dots in pattern number 3. 7 plus 5 is equals 7 plus 2 is equals to 5, or 9 minus 2 is equals to 7. In both the cases, we can get the same answer. And similarly, we have to do the same for pattern number 1. If in pattern number 2, there are 5 dots, so in pattern number 1, there would be 5 minus 2, that is only 1, 2, 3 dots. That's it. So you see, in pattern number 1, we will have 3 dots. In pattern number 2, we will have 3 plus 2, 5 dots. In pattern number 3, we will have 5 plus 2, 7 dots. And in pattern number 4, we will have 7 plus 2, 9 dots. This is how we will find the missing number of dots in any sequence. How many dots will be there in the pattern number 7? If we talk about pattern number 7, So there will be, let's use the table. Pattern number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Number of dots 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. There will be 15 dots. That's it. In the next question, it says Sophia and Marcus are looking at this sequence of patterns made from squares. In pattern number 1, there are 5. Pattern number 2, there are 7. Every time they are adding 2. Pattern number 3, there are 9. Then 11. So every time they are adding 2 squares into the previous one. Now, Marcus says, I think there are 43 squares in pattern number 20 because when I multiply the pattern number by 2 and add 3, I always get the number of squares. And I think there are 22 squares in pattern number 20 because the pattern is going up by 2 each time and 20 plus 2 is equals to 22. So let's see who is correct. If you make a table, so for pattern number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now let's check whose answer is correct. So in the pattern number 1, they're talking about squares. So in pattern number 1, there are 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, 25, 27, 29, 31, 33, 35, 37, 39, 41, and 43. So yes, Marcus is correct, absolutely correct that there are 43 squares in pattern number 20. And if we check his method, which method he used, he said that when I multiply the pattern number 2 and when I multiply any pattern number, he's talking about not specifically about any pattern number. He is talking in general that whenever he takes, like if he picks up this pattern number, multiply it by 2, like he takes 7, multiply it by 2, and then add 3 into it. I always get the number of squares. So what does it mean? If we, let's say 7 twos are 14, 14 plus 3 is equals to 17. Okay, very good. Similarly, let's take 12. So 12 twos are 24. 24 plus 3 is equals to 27. Absolutely correct. Let's take smaller number 3. 3 twos are 6. 6 plus 3 is equals to 9 again. So it means he has applied some method and it is applicable for every pattern number and the corresponding number of squares. So that's correct. If we will take 20, we will multiply it by 2. So it is 40. 40 plus 3 is equals to 43. It means he has got the correct method of finding the number of squares in any pattern number. And for Sophia, we can say that no, Sophia is incorrect because Sophia has only considered adding 2 and she took the pattern number 20 and just added 2 into it. So she isn't correct. So we have completed till question number 7, the last question of this exercise. Inshallah, in the next video, we are going to solve a few more questions in exercise 9.3. Until then, take care. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe to it and share it with your friends as much as you can. And if you have any questions, any queries, you can ask me in the comment section or you can contact me on my WhatsApp. Take care. Allah Hafiz.